A great many of the helping hands that delivered the adamantite are still here in Charlayan, and I for one couldn't be happier. Between the Aether Burner to be refurbished, supplies to be transported, and meals to be prepared, we need all the assistance we can get. Even Lord Emanilian has been doing his part, albeit at a snail's pace. Still, it's the thought that counts, but a bit more effort wouldn't go amiss. Alright, I'm not going to go ahead and do a quick stream, like, intermission. I'm just going to grab some water real quick. Alright. So, there is a bit of spoilers here. We're getting to the end of it, and I mean, we already just fought and killed gods, so fair warning, this is towards the end of MSQ. Saganov, I trust you've had a good rest. An envoy of Master Fortunos arrived not long ago with a message. The Loperids have determined Meteon's location. We've been asked to gather at the Rostra. I'll meet you there along with the others. Alright. Actually, I should probably see if I need to repair my gear. Alright. Let's do it! Let's get it done! 'Tis the final countdown! Ooh. A triple triad match, you say? Hold on, we're gonna have to do a brief intermission. Ah, it's one of the Loperids. Okay. Cheating way. Bring it. Care to engage me in a spot of triple triad? I'm quite good, you know. Ah, but you're only at 48. Well, whatchamacallit? Oh, and I got... I'm good. We got this. Let's do that. What are you gonna do? A whole lot of nothing. Put some strength up there. Oh, maybe I played myself. The plus and a combo. Okay. I guess I was a little bit too cocky. I don't know that that's going to go in my favor after all. Yikes! Alright, alright. That's how that went, I guess. And you're gonna make me go first. Oh, cool, and I got a card. Oh, I got Argos. Nice. But we're going to see what the other one is. Of course, we swapped my best. Why do you keep making me go first? Well, at least I'm going to make it... Ooh, I didn't even think of that. That's the best place I can put that. And a winning. Argos again. We're going to see what the other card is. We wants it! We needs it! It's about damn time. That was the worst place to put that card. Wait, what? Oh, reverse. Crap. That's not going to go well for me, is it? Okay. Oh, it keeps changing. Alright. Oh, yeah, now you give me the card. Sure, why not? God damn it. I should have known that. This is actually kind of tricky. Oh, I wonder if it's the Rianche that I get. Can't do anything about that. Where's the plus? Oh, I'm gonna have to make a deck or something. Okay, well, I didn't mean to do that, but I'll take it. Didn't mean to do it twice in a row, either. Okay, now that I do know. That was definitely going to work. Alright. Ah, okay, we got him. Alright. Alright, sorry for that brief intermission. I can't resist getting a Triple Triad card. It's actually what I based my Esoterra game off of, is the format. Not necessarily, you know, IP plagiarism or anything. Just, that format doesn't exist, and it's actually pretty fun to play with hard cards, with like actual real cards. What took you so long? We have much to do. I was playing Triple Triad. I feel how recent travails within Labyrinthos and the Ethereal Sea have taken their toll on my mind. From last night I received a visitor in my dreams, Mon Brida. A vision not of the woman she was, nay, but the woman she would have become. Ah, I guess we all would have. Since the final days first manifested, we've been tested as never before, even more so in your case. Nevertheless, our work is far from over. We cannot afford to falter now, not when the end is in sight. How did you sleep? Well, I should hope it's likely the last opportunity we'll have to take a proper rest for quite some time. I probably could have done with a few more winks myself. Ugh. But before I realized it, it was already morning. No need to scold me. I already regret it, and will probably only feel that regret more keenly as the day wears on. Hydaelyn, the heart of the star, is gone, and yet on the morrow the sun will rise and life will go on. When I look upon Charlayan in its idyllic surrounds, there are moments when her absence feels unreal, as do the final days. Would that were it so. Not feeling any ill effects from the Alicia scope, are you? After playing test subject for those new Aetherites, even the mention of Aether sickness makes me feel a little queasy. While the form is not here in its entirety to brood and glare at us, Master Barnier's presence alone is enough to put me on edge. Before coming, I thought to inquire after our comrades abroad. It seems that the effects of the final days have been observed further and further north of Garlemald. For a blessing, those regions are largely uninhabited, but in any event, we mustn't misinterpret this as a geographical spread. There's no telling where in the world the phenomenon will strike next, unfortunately. Gods, I can hardly believe the Loperids managed to find Metion out there, hidden among the stars. The sheer distances involved are mind-boggling. True. What took you so long? We have much to discuss and scant time to do it. Oh. If you would know the reason for this assembly, you had better ask Master Leveleur. Alright. What's up, Pop? Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. As you know, the Loperids have deduced the whereabouts of Metion by means of a crystal bequeathed to us by Heidelin herself. Your quarry's location is a place far beyond the moon, and the farthest reaches of the sea of stars at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Indeed, how then are we to reach it? An excellent question. Luckily for you, I have an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule, but the myriad other facilities housed within would greatly impede travel through the sea of stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess aether enough to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we get to integrate our Hyper Hopper into your aether burner, we should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time. That is FTL right there, folks. Father, does this mean? Bear in mind, this decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Loperid's proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate to the moon and to resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Heidelin believed you possessed the strength needed to overcome this crisis. The Great Exodus was, after all, a plan of Heidelin's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would proffer another means by which we may seek salvation, we would be fools to dismiss it out of hand. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of this star. That is why we have chosen to place our faith in Heidelin. In you, the Ark will be made ready for your voyage to Ultima Thule. What of all the people that have labored so tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? They must be furious. I would not be so sure. They have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacies. Nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantine go unnoticed. No, the people do not protest, quite the contrary. They have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission. Are the Loperids too willing to abandon the Exodus? Were you not listening when we said we were born of Heidelin's love for Theris and its people? If it means your survival, we would do anything to help. And you'll most certainly have need of our expertise when you're going. There's no guarantee Ultima Thule is a place that supports life, and otherwise vexing problem our know-how can remedy. Besides, Heidelin chose us to lead the way to Metion. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher? But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Theris until you brought us here, Urianger, and now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it? Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scions, so I must ask, are you certain you wish to do this? Hoorah. You couldn't stop us if you tried. We'll avert the final days, whatever it takes. Well, we've come this far. Let's mosey, everybody. Very well. We shall inform the Forum of your decision and begin preparations to bolster the Ark with the Hyper Hopper. The Loporits will coordinate with the Islabard contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. For now, pray take your ease. 'Twould seem there is naught to do but rest and prepare, shall we? As you can imagine, not all 4 members were willing to endorse this plan. Through no fault of yours, of course. Given what is at stake, it is only natural that opinions are divided. That said, the final decision was reached with an overwhelming majority, much to my surprise. There is much to be done before the Ark can be made ready for your voyage. Would that I could be afforded time to speak with Alphino and Alice. Alas. I can but pray they find a moment of quiet calm before the journey to come. You could start by undisowning them. No need to worry about lending a hand with the Hyperhopper. We already have more than enough help, so go and relax while you still can. Alright. I just need to find my way out of the forum. Because this place is super friggin' confusing, apparently. And then... They bid us rest, but I'd much rather find something productive to do. I suppose now is as good a time as any to hone my lance. Not that I've ever found it to be dull, still it eases my mind on the eve of battle. The Forum hath placed the fate of mankind in our hands. We must not betray their faith. A rare opportunity to rest. I say we make the most of it. I should very much like to speak with the Loporits over their work is complete. 'Tis plain Heidelin entrusted them with a great deal of knowledge, and I suspect there is more they could teach us. In all honesty, I didn't think the Forum would approve this measure, and certainly not by such a large margin. I dare say, though, that Master Foshino's impassioned recounting of your audience with Heidelin helped sway the vote. He has a way with words, after all. Where did you think Alphino got it from? I wasn't expecting to have time on our hands. What should we do? Perhaps now I can finish that book I was reading. Nerd! What? Oh, pay me no mind. I'm sure you have better things to do with the time afforded us. To be fair, though, same. If I had the last thing to do on Earth, I'd probably read a book too. Ere we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite, though it is difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. Nevertheless, Heidelin deemed us worthy of the trials that await. For lack of any other feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in her judgment and face Meteon as we are. Which leaves the not-so-small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and Tataru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before you know it. I certainly hope so. We'll be praying for your safe return. Mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for the better. With that settled, we should get some rest and make the most of the time we've been afforded. Tataru! The meeting's over, is it? We were in there for so long I started to worry. What did they have to say? All's well that ends well. But rest assured, everything will remain in order until you return. And you will return. Actually, Seganov, could I borrow you for a moment? Looks like your plans for the interim are decided. When the two of you have finished, meet us back at the Bathazian Annex, alright? Come with me to the Agora. I have something to show you. I hope it's a lemon muffin. because that would be delicioso. Just tabbing up people. Give me a second. What the hell? Go away. Alright. Let's head to the Agora. Oh crap, the Wondrous Trials. Okay, I got until the third course. The Rostra. Aetherite Blossom. We gotta go fast. What you getting me? Welcome, saying off to Taru's boutique. I've always done my best to provide the science of fashionable attire, but in your case specifically, I make an extra effort to strive for the most functional yet stylish clothing one could ask for. Not that I'm playing favorites, but you are the warrior of light. Faced with this unprecedented crisis, I knew you would need an ensemble unlike anything I've created before, and that I wouldn't be able to do it alone. And so after enlisting the aid of the world's finest artisans, I finally completed my career-defining masterpiece. But then inspiration struck and I saw a golden opportunity just begging to be seized. With the help of some Thavnarian refugees, I decided to set up shop here in Chilean. Of course, I would never charge you for any of our works. Perish the thought. Varshada, how are things coming along? Everything is in order, Mr. Satoru. We'll be ready to open shortly. Which is why I brought you here, to be our very first patron. Would you mind waiting here for a moment? Let's go! I did not expect to find you here. Oh, alright. It's Vertra. In his boy form. I imagine that Dana would also wish to offer her regrets. Alas, after delivering our dragon scales to the engineers, she remained to assist with their work on the Aether Burner. The Simulacrum too will stay in Charlene, while I oversee matters in Ratzatan. It is a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days of or anything else. It also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in this distant land. Oh, Sean, I was hoping you'd stop by. I can't thank you enough for allowing your artisans to work with me here at the boutique. Please, it is I who should be thanking you. This establishment has restored a sense of normalcy to their lives. You have blessed them with newfound purpose and a means by which to support themselves in these troubled times. What's more, when they are at last returned home to Ratzatan, the experience and knowledge they have gained in your employ will no doubt prove a boon to the artistry and commerce of our land. In fact, I came here to see how your new employees are settling in, and to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity. It's an opportunity for me as well, I believe you me. Your artisans have taught me so much about Thavnarian craftsmanship. Their resourcefulness and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. I can't wait to see what kind of wonders we come up with. I pray you every success in your endeavors, Mr. Satoru. Before coming here, I heard word of the forum's decision, of what will soon be attempted. It was only then that I finally understood why my father called this star the last bastion of hope. Indeed, it was the last bastion, for the flame of every other star he encountered had likely been extinguished. In the boundless dark, the light of brimming life must have been blinding in its splendor. You'll journey unto the heavens to protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith you will prevail and restore peace and tranquility to the star. Would that Ahawan were alive to see it. I should like to see Radzahan again when this is all over. I worry your faith in me may be misplaced. We're going to be hopeful. And we should be honored to receive you. There is still much at Radzahan we have yet to see. Forgive me, but I must take my leave. Fare you well, and remember, the people of the star have not yet given up hope, and neither must you. Where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland of a town? Oh, it's Emelian. Emelian? Sagenhoft, old girl, whatever are you doing here? A new boutique, you say? I'd been meaning to expand my wardrobe, yet something with a little more flair, perhaps, fitting a man of my station. Though I've nowhere to flaunt said remnants so long as my confinement continues indefinitely. I, the young Lord Fourtemps, insist that, so long as there is work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Chilean. Thus do I toll, though every fibre of my being rails against it. Why, I've even suffered the company of that brute Sakar to see supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation. So I suffer instead for this otherwise welcome absence, now burdened with extra busy work. Without Honora here, there is no one to prepare my meals. I came here in the hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps. Alas, the Chilean delicacies I've sampled were lacking in every respect. Have you tried Arkan Loaf? You can find it in all the shops. Arkan Loaf, it sounds sophisticated, like me. I thank you for the suggestion. With a full belly, I dare say I can endure this purgatory for a while longer. Ta-ta, old girl. I just killed God. Who are you calling old girl? No respect. Like, recognize. Hancock, what are you still doing here? You said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo. Yes, that was my original plan. After all, any expertise required aside from the delivery of goods is well beyond my purview. But what manner of entrepreneur would squander an opportunity to study the markets of the northern seas? Worry not. I'll return straightways to Kagane once I have finished. Of course you would find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrious woman running a new boutique. I'm not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence that they will succeed, and I would make myself and my business ready for their return. If you believe in them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is? Fair enough, Tataru, fair enough. There is not more I can do to help ready the Ark and her heroes for their maiden voyage, but on your return, I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Bacaro Inn. Accommodations are quite costly, given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Aldenard Trading Company would be honored to foot the bill. Will there be lemon cakes? Oh, a woman of tart tastes, I see. Yes, there will be lemon cakes and much, much more. The finest delicacies the world and Lord Lolorito have to offer. Good. But let us speak more of this upon your return, lest I draw even more of Tataru's ire. Until next we meet. Oi! Warrior Void! Is that you? Oh. Second half. Decided to spend your time at the markets, did you? Lally-ho. Tataru! Biggs, Wedge, I take it work on the Ark proceeds apace? It does indeed. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Chilean and Ratzadan has been a rewarding experience, and that's to say nothing of what we've learned from the local Ritz. The Ark is unlike anything we've ever had the pleasure to work on. Even Nero was rendered speechless on more than one occasion. I can't wait for you to see it. And you'll never guess who paid us a visit before we came to Chilean. Alpha! And I think he sensed the coming danger and returned to check on us. Yeah, that was the bird, by the way, the chocobo. It was one to turn up in a time of need, and I suppose that's why he decided to join us here in Chilean. Good thing, too. I don't know how he does it, but he has a knack for brightening your day just being there. It's still hard to believe we have the means to send you off into the great expanse, though, to the farthest known reaches of, well, everything. Never thought I'd live to see such marvels, yet here I am. More often than not, you and the Scions are the catalyst that sparks the need for these great innovations. To think how much I'd missed out on had I not been a member of the Ironworks. An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a cart chocobo. There is that too. As busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, Sagenhaft. But no matter what happens, we have to keep believing for a brighter future. That we do, my friend, that we do, and one filled with even more adventure. When you head back, would you tell the engineers I'll be along shortly with refreshments? It's very kind of you, Tataru. They'll be glad to hear it. And on that note, Wedge and I should be going. Still a few more supplies to gather before we return. And we're ready. Terribly sorry for the wait. Right this way, if you please. The Universal Spacefaring Duds. Right, I don't believe the two of you have been formally introduced. This is Varsarut from Balakistan. Please, haven't we met before? Yes, it was you who helped us at Parusa, and again when crossing the ice fields, was it not? I doubt we've exchanged little more than glances then, but it is good of you to remember me. Thanks to Mr. Tataru, I and many of my friends have found gainful employment in this foreign land. It is only natural to feel fear in the face of calamity. In such times we must look to one another for strength and succor. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or return to Thavnia, but we are here today and are glad to have contributed to the cause. And contribute they did by helping to make your new garments as durable as possible. We put our hearts and souls into them and I have every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. Legendary gear, equipped. Gods, to think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Walking Sands. From the rising stones to the falling snows and even a certain insufferable someone's Ruby Bazaar, we were always fortunate to find friends along the way. Even when you were swept away to the first, Grahatia was there to grant you sanctuary. I'll never forget the relief I felt when you all returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey, and I've been privileged to watch, often with bated breath, as you preserve time and time again. For all the joy we've shared, there's been much sorrow as well, but I've long since learned you can't have one without the other. Which is why I promise to send you off to the Sea of Stars with a smile. And you can be certain I'll be the first to welcome you back on your return. I'll try to not ruin those garbs. Let's get that costume change! Don't forget to pick up the clothes from Varsaru before you leave. They were expertly tailored just for you. Level 90 gear. In addition to your new ensemble, we have raiments and weaponry for every need, so please feel free to browse our stock.